Fox Sports.
We are the Fourth. We are South.
The Braves offense has come alive over the last 4 games, capped by a 20-hit performance last night, the most by a Braves team in 9 years. Atlanta hopes to keep the bats booming. They go for a series sweep in the road trip finale from Milwaukee next. Dynamic duo weekend continues in Milwaukee. Matt Kemp, Freddie Freeman, and the rest of the Braves are swinging hot bats. A chance to head home to Atlanta with a 5-3 road trip with a sweep of the Brew Crew here at Miller Park today. Hi again, friends. Your broadcasting dynamic duo, Joe Simpson, Chip Carey. What a night last night for the Braves. What a night for Matt Kemp. A 3-homer game, part of a 20-hit attack. Salt and Pepper, Batman Robin, Kemp, and Freeman are doing it all for the Braves on the trip.
You start a road trip 0-3 and have a chance to come home 5-3. That's getting it in gear and playing pretty well, I would say, and it's all due primarily to the offense and a couple of guys in particular. And Matt Kemp last night had a night for the ages. Talked about him at the beginning of the game about his ability to drive the ball a little better after coming off that injury to his hamstring. Well, last night he certainly proved that with 3 home runs. He's one of only 14 Atlanta Braves in history to have a 3-home run night. This one was more impressive than any of them. That sinker down and in, and he took it the other way. What a powerful guy and what a great night. He's had 8 RBIs in the last 2 games. And here's a real good example of what he's done since he's joined the Braves.
And what a job Matt Kemp has done protecting Freddie Freeman, playing in a ballpark that he says he doesn't see the ball very well. You wouldn't know that with Freddie's series.
Yeah, Freddie actually called this place a poorly lit Little League field, and it's primarily because he's always struggled here, at least until his last 9 or 10 games where he's torn the Brewers up, and he's had a good series here again this weekend. One of the things that for Freddie Freeman has been the consistency. We talked about Nick Markakis and his consistency. Same thing with Freddie from day one this month. 4th in National League in batting average, 3rd in those other categories, and on base percentage. He is certainly a candidate for National League Player of the Month, and he is a thorn in the side of the Brewers. If I were Matt Garza today, I'd figure out a way to pitch around number 3 and 4 in the order.
Good luck with that, because everybody else is swinging a hot bat too. Mike Foltynewicz would love to see that offensive surge continue. The Braves have given him 1 run of support. Let's hope that changes as the Braves go for a sweep in Milwaukee next.
Braves baseball is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, official sporting goods retailer of the Atlanta Braves. Presented by your local Hyundai dealers.
Well, thank goodness there is a roof on Miller Park. It is a cold, damp, dreary day outside, but the Brewers not afraid to tailgate and play the old cornhole game before the Braves try to sweep them here on Sunday afternoon. A look at Milwaukee's defense, which has had its share of troubles in the series. Braun, Broxton, and Santana left to right. Perez, Arcia, VR, and Thames around the infield. And Jet Bandy is again behind the plate. He'll work with Matt Garza, who's making only his second start for the Brewers. Garza started the year on the disabled list.
33 years old, big guy, 6'4", 215, out of Selma, California. In his 11th year in the big leagues, originally with the Minnesota Twins. His career numbers against the Braves, 1-4, a high ERA. That one win, however, was last year here at this ballpark. 6 innings, he gave up 2 runs and won the ball game. He was on the disabled list with a right groin strain. He also started last season on the disabled list with an injury, which cut into his numbers, 6-8 for the year last year. And his lone start this year came 6 days ago against the Reds. 4 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, but only 1 was earned.
And we say this tongue-in-cheek, he is the bravest pitcher in Major League Baseball facing this Atlanta lineup. The way Atlanta has come to Milwaukee and swung the bats. 20 hits last night. Bombs away from just about everybody in Brian Snitker's starting 9. It's presented again by Toyota. Kurt Suzuki gets the start behind the plate. Jace Peterson the start at second base. It was good to see Brandon Phillips back in the lineup last night, Joe, and he's not in there today.
That was sorry, Chip. That was the plan all along, was for him to play last night and then take today off and be ready to go Monday back at SunTrust Park. They put him through a real battery of tests before the game last night to check him out. And after the game, Brandon said he was really tired when the game was over because he said he felt like he'd gone through the MLB combine, trying to prove that he was ready to play last night.
Braves have a chance to head back home with a record of 11-12, and considering the start this team got off to, remember the Braves were 1-6. That would be remarkable work. Atlanta has been an extremely streaky team. After their 1-1 start, they've lost 5, won 5, lost 6, and are now on a 4-game winning streak.
Well, you got to like that, the way they bounced back on this road trip after getting swept in Philadelphia. You head to New York after that. You don't think that that's going to be such a great stop in this road trip with their pitching, but the Braves won 2 there and a chance to win 3 here against a team that had been hot.
So Greg Counsell and his Brewers 12-13 on the year. They've won 6 of 7 against Cincinnati. They're 6-12 against the rest of the major leagues. That's got to be a bit troubling for him. And they head to St. Louis next to start a series with the Cardinals, and they've had no luck at all against St. Louis.
St. Louis to them is kind of like what Washington has been to the Braves in recent years. They just can't beat St. Louis. This guy Garza, one of the things to keep an eye on, he doesn't like to throw to bases. He doesn't like to field his position. We'll see if that affects the outcome of today's game. Low to mid-90s fastball with a slider.
Ender Inciarte digs in. He'll get things started for the Braves. He's 4 for 9 in the series. And he's hitting .229 for the year. And a line drive into left center field gets it going for Ender. Big turnaround first. He'll stop there. 1 pitch, 1 hit. The Braves bats have stayed red hot on this cold weekend in Milwaukee.
Oh my goodness. Like you said, Matt Garza's got to be brave today. Fastball, outer third. Game on.
Let's see if he thinks about running. Ender is 5 for 5 in steals. Adonis Garcia, the hitter, he's 4 for 9 in the series. And he's had a great road trip. Big lead at first for Inciarte. The pitch is cut on late. Adonis, our Georgia lottery, hitting the jackpot feature. 58 points on his batting mark.
And that's a great example for Dansby Swanson. Put together a good week and your batting average will jump in accordance with that and certainly get you out of the 100s.
Good lead at first for Inciarte. And he draws a token throw from Matt Garza. Garza's in the last year of his contract. There's a vesting option for his services next year with Milwaukee. He's 20-30 over the course of his Brewers career. Runner goes. Pitch outside. Throw from the knees. Skips into center field and no advance. We've seen Bandy throw from his knees a couple of times in this series with no positive effect for the Brewers. A stolen base for Ender. He's in scoring position but nobody out.
He must have had some success somewhere along the way throwing from his knees, but he hasn't had in this series, and he certainly hasn't been accurate. Ender got a great jump after Garza's token throw, as you called it, that little lob over there. That's about all you'll get from him throwing to first base.
So the Braves now with 17 stolen bases this year. It's been fun to see.
Yeah, they came into the game 4th in the league in swipes.
And an immediate RBI chance for Adonis. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Garza missed low. Ball 2. Garza's been around a long time. He's been with the Twins. He's been with Tampa Bay, the Cubs, the Rangers, and now Milwaukee. As Joe mentioned, he's been hurt a lot. He does have a no-hitter on his resume, and he's the ALCS MVP from his days with the Rays in 2008.
Good patience on the part of Adonis here. He doesn't often hit the ball to right field, but you'd like to see him hit it to the right side and get Ender over to third. He's got a good hitter's count right now, and he's swinging the bat great.
3 balls and a strike. He tried to shoot it to right field and fouled it away. Now Bandy out for a chat with Garza.
And a 3-2 count. Last night, the Braves beat up on Jimmy Nelson, scoring 5 runs on 11 hits in 5 innings. On Friday, they got 4 runs, only 4 hits, 6 innings against Chase Anderson, who had come in with the second best ERA in the National League. But it's the Milwaukee bullpen that's been battered. The Braves have touched them for 12 runs in the first 2 games. Scoring early, scoring late, and scoring often. Out of play.
That trip to the mound by Bandy, an effort to keep Inciarte from making it to third base. In other words, don't make a mistake here with a pitch that allows him to hit the ball to the right side. The trouble with that is Adonis is more of a pull hitter. You make a mistake trying to prevent something, you might allow him to create something big.
Big curveball, and Adonis didn't get it. Garza struck him out. And now Freddie Freeman's the hitter.
Well, we will see that pitch again. Given the results there, that was a great curveball.
Freddie Freeman making a great case for Player of the Month in the National League in April. 4th in average, tied for 3rd in homers. And already a handful of 3-hit games. Ender is going to try to steal 3rd, and he beat that easily. Garza never looked at it. So it's a 2 stolen base inning for Inciarte, and now a fly ball could put the Braves in front.
And I give Jet Bandy credit for making it as close as it was, because Ender had a huge jump. He was already going, you can see there.
Did Ender come off the bag?
Looks like everything was in contact, even though he was bouncing across it.
The Brewers took a look, but they will not challenge the call to 3rd. And now Freddie ahead in the count, man at 3rd base, and 1 out. 13 RBIs for the Braves first baseman. And a line drive right to the shortstop in the shift, and Inciarte's back safely. Freddie hit it right on the screws, but right to Arcia for the 2nd out.
That was a huge break for Garza. If he hits it sharply on one hop or ground ball to the right side, it's 1-0 Braves.
So here's Matt Kemp. A 3-homer game last night. 6 homers, 15 RBIs on the season. And a strike. I'm told that there's been only 1 player to hit as many as 3 homers in a game in this ballpark, and that was Sean Green, who had the 4-homer and a double game, a 5-hit affair while he was with the Dodgers. Little looper, that's going to drop into shallow right field, and the Braves do take a 1-0 lead.
Jet Bandy couldn't believe it. He thought they made a good pitch. He was working around behind home plate like, not again. And that's 9 RBIs for Matt Kemp in the last 2 games and 1 at bat.
You may have to drag his left arm. I'll grab his right, make sure he gets on the plate and hits home. So Kemp puts Atlanta in front with a big 2-out hit. Now Nick Markakis, the batter, riding a 5-game hitting streak. Five of Nick's 10 RBIs have come in the first inning. See if he can chase Kemp home and add to a 1-0 lead for Mike Foltynewicz. The Braves have already given Mike 1 run to play with. He's gotten 1 run total in games he's been on the mound so far this year. Nick saw Garza a lot from his days in the American League. Nick, of course, with Baltimore. Garza with Tampa Bay. This is his 44th at bat, head to head. That's yanked foul. 1-2. Enciarte started with a base hit, stole second, stole third. Kemp brought him home with a base hit just out of the reach of Jonathan Villar at second. So it's 1-0 with 2 outs. A laser hit to the left side, foul. Kemp measures off his lead. Thames plays behind him. Pitch to Nick is lined into center field. That's down for a hit. Ball got away from Broxton, and Kemp's going to move up an extra 90 feet. Man, the Brewers have had all kinds of trouble feeding the ball cleanly in the outfield, not to mention the infield too. That'll be a hit and another error for the Brewers, who've now made 24 of them.
This is just a careless error. Matt Kemp wasn't even acting like he was going to go to third base. He was pulling up right there, and Broxton, in his haste, boxed it, gave the Braves another base. That's nice. 6 straight games for Nick.
And now Kurt Suzuki, who's been swinging a hot bat. Big hits for Kurt late in games and starting assignments. He's got 6 RBIs in his last 5 starts.
Braves are on a pace to have more than 20 hits again.
That's a good point. 3 already in the opening inning. Let's add another run. Pitch. Let her high and called a strike. Scott Berry calling balls and strikes today. Popped up center of the diamond. Thames looking at the catcher, and it's going to be Bandy who makes the play right in front of the mound. A run on 3 hits. Mike Foltynewicz enjoys an early lead. as a Braves starter this year, a lead. It's 1-0 Atlanta as he gets set for his first inning today.
These are his 3 starts so far, and the last 2 of particular interest. He's gone 7 innings in both of them. Last Sunday at Philadelphia, 7 innings, he gave up 1 run, and that was after Matt Kemp had given him the 1 run of support with a home run. He pitched outstanding. So let's go to his Ford keys. These were done before the top of the first inning. So run support, yeah, he's already got 1, but give him some more. Give him some early runs to work with and see how well he pitches. And fastball command. It's not that his command has been off, but for Bartolo Colon and Jaime Garcia in the first 2 games of this series, where they've been hurt the most is our fastballs in the middle of the plate. Mike needs to try and work on both sides.
Yeah, and these guys will hit the ball out of the ballpark
Yes.
if you make a mistake. They'll also strike out too. So let's see how it works out with Jonathan Villar leading off. Speaking of strikeouts, Villar has punched out 36 times as the Brewers leadoff man. That's the 2nd highest total in the National League. He's 3 for 8 in the series, batting .214 for the year. So far, so good. That pushed him off the plate inside. 1-2 for switch hitting Jonathan Villar.
I've thoroughly enjoyed watching Mike pitch his last 2 outings because that's what he's done. He's pitched. He's incorporated his changeup more, his breaking pitches at good times.
Did he go? Yeah, he did. He's called out of the plate. The Braves were asking for an appeal. Villar was asking for an appeal, but the home plate umpire Barry said, nope, you went around. It's check swing strikeout, 1 man down. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. But counsel didn't like the non-appeal call.
Well, he was pointing at him and calling him out before anybody ever decided to ask for appeal. See, he's pointing right there. He's already saying, you swung. There's no appeal necessary. Good pitch.
A strike to Thames, who's had a relatively quiet series. 11 home runs for Thames, 19 RBIs. He's 1 for 7 against Atlanta so far. And he's behind 0-2. Great catch, by the way, the upper deck. One ball, 2 strikes, base is empty. Home first. He went around, and that's strikeout number 2. So 2 breaking balls earned Foltynewicz 2 strikeouts.
And they're effective because he's establishing the fastball early in the count. So start your swing early, hard to stop.
So Ryan Braun hitting 3rd in the Brewers Toyota lineup. Milwaukee hoping he can stick around for all 9 innings today. Got tossed last night late. Braun 3 for 8 in the series with a homer. He jumps on a fastball and skies it foul. He was late on it. Strike 1.
Yeah, that was really nice of him last night to do that because they were already playing shorthanded. They had lost 1 player to injury already when Shaw got hit by a pitch. They're playing with a short bench because they have a big bullpen.
Didn't like a strike 3 call against him. So an early exit for Braun, who's quickly down 0-2. Let's see what Kurt Suzuki cooks up.
That was a veteran call right there because after the funny swing by Braun, he turned and looked at Scott Berry and said, was that pitch a strike? And Berry said yes. So Suzuki went to a fastball a little bit more off the plate to see if he would chase. That was a great idea.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. And the bazooka from Manuka strikes out the side in the bottom of the first inning. Mike Foltynewicz off to a flying start. He's got a 1-0 lead, and the Braves bats are back in action next.
As we head into the second inning, Dansby Swanson due up second this inning. He's had a frustrating start to the season, but this series we've seen a lot to be optimistic about. He's had some good at-bats, some big hits. That's because I talked to Kevin Seitzer. He said that the most frustrating game for Dansby so far was that first game in New York. He was getting fastballs thrown past him. So the next day they got in the cage, worked on high-speed fastballs, the positioning of his hand and the path he's taking to the ball to shorten and quicken his swing. Some video back from when he was at Vanderbilt, and they worked on some things from when he was there, and Dansby said watching that video made him feel like he was back at home, more comfortable, more like himself, and he has the support from all the players that he said has helped him maintain this positive energy throughout this, and now he's hoping to be able to get on base a little bit more for Freddie and Matt.
Well, we'll see if that happens, Kelsey. He's on deck as Jace Peterson leads off, and Jace takes inside from Garza. 2 balls, no strikes. Physical nature of this game is one thing, Joe. I would imagine the mental side of the game is maybe as much, if not more, difficult.
Anything you do that you feel like is a positive reinforcement, and you get some positive reinforcement from some good results on it, goes a long way. It doesn't have to be anything earth-shattering. You don't have to switch around and bat from the other side of the plate. So when you find a little something and you can tweak your swing in this case, it sure does wonders for you. I'm sure pitchers find the same thing with just some little thing on their mechanics.
Sharply hit toward short. Arcia's got it. He's got a strong arm, and a good throw gets Jace for the first out. So Dansby will bat for the first time against Garza. Dansby's reached base in his last 6 games, and while we talk about progress from the Braves offense, incremental progress for Dansby too. He's added 18 points to his batting average,
and it'll just slowly climb as he continues to put the ball in play and feel better about his swing. Turned on a pitch for the home run yesterday that was kind of up and in, something he hadn't been able to catch up to.
Garza missed. 1 ball, no strikes. Sometimes the signs for a hitter coming out of a slump are when they make an out. How about that fly ball to center that he had earlier in the game?
Yeah, that was probably hit harder than the home run.
Two balls, no strikes. Foltynewicz on deck. 1-0 Atlanta. Matt Kemp with a 2-out hit. Foltynewicz struck out the side in the bottom of the first. Foul back. Good cut. 2 balls and a strike for Dansby.
And it's funny how something like that gives you the confidence to stay back on pitches. This was up and in. Got the barrel to it. Turned on it. Wasn't a big hard swing. And the ball jumped. Something like that allows your hand to keep your hands back a little longer, explode with them a little more, and as a result see the ball better.
Pulled, foul to third, even count at 2-2. I would imagine a slow stretch is easier for a veteran player because they have a track record to fall back on. Dansby doesn't have that luxury.
No, Dansby doesn't have that many pro at bats. I don't know exactly how many, but it's not many.
Good off-speed pitch from Garza got him. He has struck out Adonis. He strikes out Dansby. With some nasty off-speed stuff. 2 up, 2 down.
Yeah, both with the curveball.
And here's Foltynewicz with 2 outs and nobody aboard. Yeah, Dansby coming into this year had 494 minor league at bats, 129 major league at bats.
So that's less than a full year.
Right.
So that's a steep learning curve at this level.
Away from Garza. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Mike doesn't have a hit yet, but he's been swinging it.
Well, maybe today's the day. We'll find out. First, the 1-2. He's making Garza work here. Saw Mike's mom and dad in the hotel lobby today. They have made the drive up from Manuka, along with about 50 of Mike's friends, high school teammates, and his high school coach.
Really?
Mike doesn't know that.
Oh.
They're here. So that'll be a surprise after the game. Hopefully it'll be a happy reunion. As Garza has his 3rd strikeout. 3 up, 3 down for Garza. Heart of the order up for Milwaukee, down a run.
For Matt Kemp. Matt Kemp, what was the most important value your mom taught you as a little kid?
I think the most important value that my mom taught me when I was a little kid is honestly just to be nice to everybody, you know, respect everybody, and you know, kind of just work hard for what it is that you want. You know, my mom worked really hard when I was growing up, and she was definitely one of my role models. So you know, I followed in her footsteps, worked hard, and got to where I needed to get to.
I love those kids' clubhouse features. And Coco, what a sweetheart, huh?
Uh-huh.
What a great question for Matt Kemp, who's got the RBI for the Braves this afternoon.
How about these things on Matt? When he goes back to Oklahoma in the wintertime, he goes through a series of donations of winter gear, toys, educational aids for local mobile home parks and Positive Tomorrows, which is a school for children of homeless families. Makes donations to the Regional Bank of Oklahoma for their Score Against Hunger campaign. Made Christmas visits to Sweet Alice in Watts and City of Hope Hospital and Duarte during the 2011 offseason. And honored by the Negro Leagues Museum in January of 2012 with the Legacy Award for his work. So Matt's doing good things on and off the field.
And I'm sure his mom's awful proud. Hernan Perez leads off against Foltynewicz. No Travis Shaw after he got hit by a pitch. Guessing that's still pretty sore, so Perez gets the start at third base. And he's 3 for 7 in the series. Swing and a miss, another breaking ball. 4 hitters up, 4 hitters whiffed by Foltynewicz.
And at least 3 of them on that pitch. Maybe all 4.
I think all 4 of them.
Yeah. Just thinking about Braun. Braun chased it too.
So here's Domingo Santana. And that just missed ball 1. Santana hitting 176, 3 homers and 8 RBIs. Sharply hit and a 1-hopper right at Jace Peterson, and there's the first ball put in play by the Brewers. 2 outs. I think Mike will take that ratio. 5 outs on 18 pitches. So far his command of everything is letter perfect. Here's Bandy. Jed is hitting 348, 4 homers, 8 RBIs. Nice catching combo between Bandy and Manny Pena for Milwaukee. Just missed ball 1. Bandy got the start here on Friday. Singled and scored a run. Acquired from the Angels for Martin Maldonado. And a strike.
I love that. Started him with a breaking ball and missed, but came right back with it. Wasn't an automatic referral back to the fastball.
And Bandy was late on that heater. At 97, 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's fouled off Suzuki.
One of the things about this stretch that Mike has been in, 2 straight starts of 7 innings, good start today, to me has been his rhythm and mechanics, that he's not jumping at home plate where it causes his arm to sometimes drag. He is in sync.
Strike 3 inside corner. 5 strikeouts for Foltynewicz. He's perfect through 2. Top of the order's coming up for Atlanta. And Folty is on the beam in game 3. Trying to help the Braves sweep away the Brewers. One step up, two steps back.
Yeah.
That really sums up the week for the New York Mets. After the Braves swept them in 2 games, they went to Washington, won the first 2 games of that series. They've held Bryce Harper in check. But now Syndergaard has to leave because of injury.
Yeah, everybody was questioning his refusal to have an MRI. Wasn't quite sure why that was going on unless he had a real good feeling of what the results were going to be.
Ground ball by Enciarte to short. And Arcia flips it to first in time for out number 1. If it's a serious injury, and I think everybody in baseball, Mets fan or not, hopes it's not, because the game needs players like Syndergaard to stay healthy. That is a crippling blow for a Mets team that's built around the strength of its starting pitching. And quite frankly, the Mets starting pitching hasn't been all that good.
They've got to have him.
So we'll keep you updated on that Mets game. It's 6-3 Washington, only in the 3rd inning at Nationals Park. But Syndergaard out of the game. Here's Garcia. He struck out on a curveball from Garza, his first and only time up.
Well, that was a good pitch. And that was right at Bandy's target, too, and still didn't get the call.
And I'll bet you he's telling Scott Berry what he thought of it. 1 ball, 1 strike.
That is a good hook. He's got that working today. Both pitchers today have good breaking balls.
That's bounced off the plate. Foul will do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, sometimes a pitcher pitching in dry air doesn't get real good spin on the breaking ball. Humidity is not a problem today in Milwaukee. I mean, we can see through the clear panels. It is raining sideways outside. Thankfully, we've got the roof. 1-2 pitch is high, even count.
If you like cold, chilly, damp, dank weather, boy, have I got a place for you.
Welcome to the bad weather Tahiti. Can't wait to see the sun at home tomorrow. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Notice works it full.
Another nice stop there by Bandy. There's a lot to like about the Milwaukee catching crew, and this guy back there right now is a big guy, 6'4", about 240, but he gives a great target and makes himself a lot smaller than 6'4". Sometimes those big guys, those tall guys, it's hard to get below target.
The breaking ball gets Garcia to swing and miss. And Garza now has 4 strikeouts.
4 in a row. And the first 2 strikeouts of the series for Garcia.
And that brings up Freddie Freeman, who lined into the shift. Bad break for him. Hits the ball 3 feet to Arcia's right. He'd have had an RBI.
3 out of 4, I should have said, for Garza.
And Freddie grounds it past Thames. Diving stop at second. VR. Pitcher covers and got it. Freddie wants to take a look. Great diving stop by VR. The Braves are going to take a look and make sure. The umpire at first, Brian Honora, got it right. Did he?
Not sure in that angle. Freddie hit it in stride. And those are some long strides. Another angle. May have beaten it.
Apparently the Braves won't challenge. Not enough evidence to overturn. So great play by VR. Robs Freddie Freeman again. 3 up, 3 down in the top of the 3rd.
5 of the first 6 he has faced, largely with a good breaking ball. A couple of check swings here to start the ball game. Ryan Braun also chasing it. Back to live action. Fastball just missed. Back to you, Chip Carey, in the play-by-play action.
Thank you, sir. It's Mike Foltynewicz 1 and the Big Bad Brewers nothing. Keon Broxton. One of your forward keys was fastball command. Mike's best pitch has been the breaking ball.
Yeah, but he was setting that up by establishing fastball early in the count. How about the movement on that pitch?
Say it all the time. Nothing for the hitters to scratch off the repertoire list for Foltynewicz yet. Broxton, a high strikeout guy, is behind in the count here. And he just struck out looking. Another breaking ball. That's 6.
But that wasn't the curve. That was just a slider. That was just a little short slider. Froze him. See, even the way Kurt Suzuki caught that one.
Handcuffed him.
He was expecting more break, and it didn't break that much. Had to turn his glove over.
So Arcia hits at .244. 3 home runs for the young shortstop for Milwaukee. He's got 3 hits in the series. And it's strike after strike from Mike today.
Ooh. Oh, mercy. Barry got tired of calling strikes. I don't know.
His right arm's tired.
Yeah.
If he's throwing that slider or that curveball for strikes, and then he comes back with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball, I've never stood there. You have. That thing's got to look like 130 miles an hour.
It's going to be a tough day for any of those hitters. It's almost like you've got to guess right.
That was fouled away. And 1-2. Brewers have gone very young with their ball club this year. So young, in fact, they let Scooter Gennett walk away to the Cincinnati Reds. Allows Arcia and Villar to play every day up the middle. 1-2 pitch. And we'll do it again, 2-2.
Good pitch. That's right where Kurt Suzuki wanted it, but didn't get him to chase.
He was on that one.
Yeah. He's been on some fastballs in this series, and that's, if you were with us the first 2 games, he hit a home run in the first game to right field. He has 3 homers. All of them have been to right field. And that's where he takes the fastball. He's had a little trouble with off-speed stuff.
Grounded toward short. Dansby charges and throws on the run. And Mike Foltynewicz has sent down 8 straight. And now he's got Matt Garza with 2 outs. Garza lives in Clovis, California in the offseason. 33 years old now. Turned 34 in November. Way off the plate, ball 1. Red had a nice run in the big leagues from 2008 through 2011 with Tampa Bay and the Cubs. He won double-digit games 3 times in those years, including 15 for the 2010 Tampa Bay Rays. But times have been a little tougher for him since. 8-8 his first year in Milwaukee, 6-14 in 2015, 6-8, and only 19 starts last year.
Yeah, injury filled.
Little tapper. That is a fair ball. And the peg to first is in plenty of time. And Folty is perfect through 3 innings. 1-0 Atlanta. Matt Kemp will try to add to the lead next.
Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you by your local Ford dealer and the Georgia Lottery.
Well, the Braves have given Mike Foltynewicz an early run, and that has been more than enough. He has struck out 6 of the first 9 hitters, and he's perfect through 3 innings so far.
Great start. Need to get him some more runs just to give him a little breathing room.
Garza made the last out, so he's a little late getting back to the mound, so he'll finish up his warm-ups. The Braves trying to wrap up a 5-3 road trip, a trip that started with Atlanta being swept in Philadelphia by the Phillies. We're back home tomorrow night for a short homestand, 7 games, 4 of which come against the New York Mets tomorrow night. Julio Teheran and Robert Gesellman will get it started. Then the Cardinals are in for their one and only visit to SunTrust Park, and then we hit the road again as the month of May begins tomorrow. Here in the Braves' 4th, Kemp, Markakis, and Kurt Suzuki are coming up against Matt Garza, who's 1-4 lifetime against the Braves in 7 career starts.
A little comparative on the Braves offense in recent days and compare it to earlier stints during the season when you were saying that the Braves had those hot streaks. First 11 games, 35 runs. Last 5, 37. A little easier to win when you've got that to work with.
Yeah, 7 a day is probably pretty good for the pitchers to get the job done. Matt Kemp leads off. He drove in the lone run with a 2-out blue pit over the second baseman's glove. Matt now with 16 RBIs. And he was reaching for that pitch and popped it up. Thames near the railing. He reaches up and can't make the play.
Had more room than he thought. One of the things you learn right away playing the corner infield spots is find the railing first. He was not yet at the railing.
No play. It's just a strike for Matt Kemp. Another chance for Thames. Longer run. Again, near the rail. This time he's got room and he hangs on. So all of a sudden, Garza's on a roll. He's retired 8 in a row.
It's not often you get to redeem yourself on the very next pitch.
Well, Thames has been a great story. 30 years young, back from stardom in Korea. Got a 3-year deal to come to Milwaukee, and he has had a tremendous month of April. A strike to Markakis, who has a first inning hit.
He sure is an easy guy to like. I know we'll be pulling for him after the Braves leave town because he is thrilled to be here and thrilled to be a Milwaukee Brewer.
Garza having a little trouble seeing the signs. Both pitchers have had excellent off-speed stuff. Garza with 4 strikeouts. Foltynewicz with 6. 1 out in the 4th.
Fastball's been pretty good. It's been 91, 92.
Nick will do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Markakis has been Mr. Consistency for the Braves all year long. As Joe mentioned, he's got a 6-game hitting streak now. Very quietly hitting behind Matt Kemp, doing a lot of damage in that 5-hole on the lineup card. Into the seats. It's still 1-2.
Matt did that his first time up. He was a little late on a fastball down the third base line and then hit one sharply up the middle.
Down in. Even count.
He's had an easy go of it the last 2 innings. It's kind of nice to see Nick make him work a little harder.
Nick's now 84 hits away from 2,000. He's 2 doubles away from 400. A professional hitter. 2-2. And he works the count full. Swing and a miss. Off speed gets Markakis. 9 up, 9 down for Garza. His 5th strikeout today.
Got like more of a straight changeup. Yeah, good pitch. He's got it all working too.
Garza had some tough luck in his first start. 4 innings, only 1 earned run, but 4 runs scored. Again, bad Milwaukee defense cost him against the Reds. And all he's allowed is a first inning run today, and all 3 Atlanta hits, and that run in the opening inning. 1 ball, 1 strike for Suzuki.
I'm sure he looked at some videotape of what was going on the last 2 days for Atlanta's offense and decided I'm going to have to throw a few more breaking balls today. And that's just fine as long as you're throwing it for strikes, and he is.
That's launched into the second deck foul. 1-2. Foltynewicz and Garza matching strike for strike in the early going in Game 3. Let's see what that pitch sets up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Grounded toward third. That's a foul ball. And Suzuki will head back to the plate. You would think that on a day like this, where 1 run, 3 hits combined, all these strikeouts, we'd have the roof open, it'd be a bright, shiny day, there'd be shadows all over the place, the sunlight beaming in from the first base side in the upper deck. Daytime, this is one of the toughest places to see the ball.
Yeah, because of all those shadows, all the sunlight coming through those panels right there, and the shadows that are created from it. Might remember Ben Sheets had a good day against the Braves here one day. Sunday afternoon, I believe it was 16 strikeouts, 17 maybe.
It was a lot.
Randy Johnson the next day threw a perfect game.
Three balls, 2 strikes. Braves have made Garza work a little overtime here in the 4th inning. And this one's in fair territory and bounced right to the third baseman, Perez. And it's 10 up, 10 down for Garza. Top of the order coming up for Milwaukee. They're down a run.
Hi, my name is Sloan Postlewhite. I'm in 5th grade and I'm 11 years old. My question is for Mike Foltynewicz, and my question is, how do you feel when the people pronounce your last name wrong? How do you pronounce it?
The actual pronunciation of my last name is Foltynewicz, and I basically assume they're not going to get it right the first time anyway. So you know, I've heard plenty of last name mess ups over my life, but it's really hard for me to say what they say. But Foltynewicz is how you say my last name.
That one's great too.
Yeah, and I'm like the little girl. When he first was acquired by the Braves, I was way off.
Were we all?
Yeah.
I mean, could you imagine? I might have to ask him after the game. When you were in 1st grade, how long did it take you for you to spell your own name right?
Yeah.
On the spelling test.
I think I had a Foltynewicz working.
Craziness. Well, he's been letter perfect to this point. 9 up, 9 down, 6 strikeouts. Top of the order coming up. And the Brewers aggressively go after the first pitch. A mile-high pop-up by VR. And it's Jace Peterson in foul ground. And there's out number 1. And I would assume, Joe, Mike throwing all of those strikes early in the count, this might play into his hands. The Brewers don't want to get to 2 strikes. He might get some easy outs on 1 or 2 pitches.
Absolutely, and I think because of that, you're going to see some guessing, and they may guess right because of all of them having a little tough time first time through the order. They're going to start trying to guess right on the first pitch.
Thames struck out his first time up and takes a fastball up and away. Ball 1.
I guess.
Thames already has set the Brewers record for home runs in April. The big league record is 14. It's done by Alex Rodriguez and Albert Pujols. Ground ball early in the count. Jace has it. Flip from the outfield grass. 2 quick outs. 11 up, 11 down. Here's Braun, who struck out to end the first inning.
Think about that. 11 homers in the first month. That's not a bad start.
Man. And credit the Brewers. I mean, Thames was there for the taking. They scouted him, and they met the parameters that Thames and his representation were asking for when he got to the big leagues. No platoon. I want to play every day. And I'd like a multi-year contract. Milwaukee offered that to him.
It almost sounded like like recruiting trips, places he went and visited.
But this great city might have had the trump card for Thames. I just love the quote. He was so honest. Why'd you sign with Milwaukee? Well, Milwaukee has great beer, and I like beer.
Let's hold the game up while Ryan Braun gets in and gets set. Now we can start.
That was worth the wait. And the throw's going to pull Freeman off the bag. Is that a fair ball?
It was signaled by Quinn Walcott as a fair ball.
So an infield hit for Ryan Braun. And Adonis Garcia pulled Freeman off the bag with a throw. He had more time than he thought. That was a careless play, and it cost Foltynewicz a chance at a no-hitter.
Yeah, he was certainly hurrying that.
Well, the call is going to be an E5, so the no-hit bid's still in effect. That is the right call. Here's Perez. First time Mike's been in the stretch. Ball 1.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that because a good throw got him by a mile. That snaps the Braves' 8-game errorless streak.
But all's forgiven if Freddie can catch this pop up in foul ground. And he's got it. And that retires the side. Nothing doing for Milwaukee. We head to the 5th. Still a 1-0 score. In the ATL with the Braves, Hawks, and Atlanta United. It's been a great month with our 3 teams on Fox Sports South and Fox Sports Southeast, and we thank you for joining in on all the fun. April in the ATL has been presented by Cook's Pest Control. Chip Joe, Kelsey Wingert, our great Fox Sports crew with you. We're in the 5th. 1-0. Braves have the lead, and Jace Peterson's going to lead off.
It's a nice little nest of Atlanta fans right there. Falcons and Braves gear.
Bouncing ball right side, and an easy flip to first by VR. 11 in a row retired by Garza. 1 out for Dansby Swanson, who struck out in his lone at bat. In that first inning, it looked like the Braves were going to have their way with Matt Garza. After Suzuki popped out, he's been perfect. Sharply hit right to the shortstop. Arcia's got it, and his flip to first almost beaten by Dansby Swanson. Man, oh man, we've seen a lot of casual throws from around the horn in the big leagues this year, and that almost cost him a careless infield hit.
Greg Counsell was a very solid infielder himself. He's the manager of the Brewers, and why they allow a guy with a good arm like Arcia to continue to throw the ball like this. You got a guy hustling down the line like Dansby. I don't get it. It's a horrible, bad habit for a good young player to get into.
So 2 outs for Foltynewicz. Mike struck out in the second inning. He leads 1-0. And the pitch is a strike.
By the way, another hard hit ball by Swanson too.
Well, if you believe they even out, and many in the game do, then you know at some point Dansby's going to have a torrid offensive stretch.
May could be amazing.
Right. And we start the month of May tomorrow night, baseball wise, against the Mets. Strike 3. That's the inning. Garza's got 6 strikeouts. Foltynewicz has 6 strikeouts, and we've got a classic pitching duel brewing here in Milwaukee. Miller Brewing, and of course, our always investigative Fox Sports crew had to pay a visit to the caves that originated in the 1800s as a means to cool the barrels of beer during storage. Roughly 600 feet of tunnels were constructed to store 12,000 oak barrels, and you might not know that Frederick C. Miller himself was instrumental in bringing the Boston Braves here to Milwaukee. Mr. Miller was a great civic champion of the city of Milwaukee. He was the captain of the 1928 Notre Dame football team, played for the great Newt Rockne. While running the Miller Brewing Company, he was a volunteer coach with the Green Bay Packers. He was the man on the board of directors of the then Milwaukee Braves and spent $75,000 for the scoreboard at Old County Stadium. And there are many who say, had he not so tragically passed away in a plane crash in 1954, that he might have been the man that had come in and kept the Braves in Milwaukee instead of seeing them leave for Atlanta a decade or so later.
Sounds like a wonderful person. And good work by Kevin, our videographer, for going out and getting that footage of those caves. I never knew they existed here. That's really cool.
Santana didn't get it. Frankly, I was proud that our crew actually came out of those caves after this rainy weekend.
Yeah, true.
2 balls and a strike for Domingo Santana. He had no chance on that pitch. Right under his hands.
Yeah, he got a fastball, so he figured he better swing at it, and it almost hit him.
That one's well hit to center. Will the ballpark hold it? Nope, it's off the scoreboard. And the man named after Sunday just hit one a mile, and the game is tied 1 apiece.
Well, he was looking fastball the hole at bat. He chased one that almost hit him, and he got another one behind in the count, but he got a fastball belt high and absolutely crushed well above the outfield fence at 400 feet that hit off the scoreboard.
So the first hit for Milwaukee scores them their first run, and that ends the no-hit bid for Folty. It's a 1-1 game now, and this will be an important stretch of play for Mike. How does he react? Does he stick with his game plan? And can he turn things back over to the offense with the game tied?
Well, he's been very efficient. Coming into this inning, 12 of the 13 batters he faced were 5 pitches or less. So the pitch count is down. Just regroup here. Keep right on trucking.
Two balls and a strike for Jet Bandy, who whiffed in the second. Popped up. Suzuki won't have a play. That's into the seats. And a count 2-2 to the Milwaukee catcher. Mentioned on Friday night that Bandy was with the Angels. Mike Scioscia's the manager. Bandy played Little League Baseball, and Mike Scioscia and his son were on the same team. Mike Scioscia was the coach of his Little League team. What a thrill that had to be for both of them to see Jet get to the show with the Angels. Jammed, bounced towards second, and the flip to first gets the catcher. There's the first out.
Did you see how Jace Peterson approached that? He wasn't sure what it was going to do when it hit the ground, because it could have had a lot of funny spin on it, the way it was fought off by Bandy. Unfortunately for Jace, it just popped right up.
So 1 out after the solo home run. Here's Keon Broxton. He was Mike's 6th and last strikeout. And he swings the first one and skies it out of play. Up the middle and into center. Second hit of the inning and game for the Brewers. Arcia's coming up.
And a good pitch. Fought it off and hit it in the right spot. Target in, pitch in. Mike probably would have been happy to take one off the back of the leg here rather than let it go through.
Now with Broxton aboard, you got to worry about the running game. Broxton can fly. He's 5 out of 7 in steals, the 5 stolen bases, tied for first on their club. One ball, no strikes for Orlando Arcia. Double play would be nice. Arcia's not yet hit into one. Milwaukee's hit to just 17 double plays this year. They either strike out or hit home runs, it seems. Their lone run tonight, a homer. Slide step, and he was late.
Now Broxton's tied for their team lead in stolen bases with 5. He's tied with VR. Kurt Suzuki is 2 for 6 in stolen base attempts.
One and two. And we'll do it again.
Seems like Arcia has been doing that a lot on breaking pitches, rolling over the top of them. Did so his first time up when he grounded to short.
Up and in.
Certainly will get your attention.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Reaching, skied out toward left. Matt Kemp is there to make the play. And there's the second out of the inning. Mike will try to finish it off with Matt Garza here. 1-1 score. Broxton back to first. And now 2 outs. Braves will have the top of the order coming up in the 6th inning. Garza's allowed a first inning run. He has since set down the last 13 Braves in order.
Mike can concentrate on the hitter a little more now. Be a big risk for the Brewers to send Broxton here and have him get thrown out, leaving the pitcher to lead off the next inning.
Runner is going. The pitch low. The throw to second is not in time. Ball dropped. And the Brewers do roll the dice. And Broxton in safely with the stolen base.
High risk move. Confidence in a guy, though, to steal the base, and he did. He leads their team now. Good throw might have had him.
Chopped off the plate. Mike's got it. And his throw to first is right on the money. And that'll retire the side. A leadoff homer from Domingo Santana ties the game for Milwaukee. The top of the order is up for Atlanta. Let's see if Ender Inciarte can snap the streak of Matt Garza. Than ever, watch every out-of-market regular season game live on over 400 supported devices. Plus, get a free subscription to @Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Go to MLB.tv for all of the details. 1-1. Braves got a first inning run. Ender Inciarte singled, stole 2 bases, and scored ahead of a Matt Kemp single. We've not seen a Brave try to force Matt Garza to field the baseball. Maybe this would be a good time to see if that would work.
An excellent time. See what happens with the team when Ender Inciarte is swinging the bat well. They are 9-2 when he scores a run also, and 1-10 when he does not. He's got one on the board today.
So you like the chances?
Yes.
Garza's pitching great. Foltynewicz is pitching great. 13 up, 13 down for the Brewers right-hander. And he's got Inciarte, Garcia, and Freddie Freeman coming up. Braves and Mets at home tomorrow. Brewers in St. Louis tomorrow. Perez creeps in on the grass at third base just in case Ender thinks about a bunt. He showed it and took a strike. Didn't think much of the call. Sharply hit right to VR at second. Almost knocked him down. It was hit so hard. But he made the play for the first out. 14 in a row have been retired. Here's Adonis. He's had trouble with the breaking stuff today. 2 swinging strikeouts. That's banged out to short. Garcia throw to first. 2 easy outs. And Freddie Freeman is coming up. Time for our T-Mobile Unlimited Baseball break. Here are your National League Player of the Month candidates.
And a couple of them are Washington Nationals. Ryan Zimmerman, I think, probably has an edge over Bryce Harper now at this point after he has moved into a tie for the most homers with Eric Thames and leads in average and RBIs as well. Freddie Freeman top 4 in all those categories. Certainly a worthy candidate.
Freddie's hit the ball on the button twice. He's 0 for 2. Nationals lost Adam Eaton. He tore the ACL in his knee running to first base. Hit the bag awkwardly. Washington thought he might have messed up his ankle too. It's the knee. He's going to have surgery, and he is lost for the year. There's a high fly ball hammered deep right field. Freddie has put the Braves in front again.
Still time to vote. I don't know what time the Player of the Month voting precincts close. The only question about this one was whether or not it had too much topspin, because it was hooking almost straight down. Breaking ball didn't have enough snap on it.
And for a guy that hates hitting in this poorly lit Little League ballpark, has enjoyed this trip to Milwaukee. His 5th hit, 2 homers in the series, and Atlanta's back in front of the 6th by a 2-1 score. And that snaps Garza's 15 in a row retired streak. Matt Kemp is the hitter.
147 career home runs for Freddie, and that's the 54th that has given the Braves a lead.
It's a 2-1 lead for Mike Foltynewicz. The pitch, and Kemp didn't get it. He's down on strikes. 7 strikeouts for Garza. But a Freddie Freeman 2-out homer. Both Braves RBIs have come with 2 outs today, and that's been enough here in the 6th.
Sports South is presented by your local Hyundai dealers.
Freddie Freeman's solo home run has put the Braves in front in the 6th inning. It's a 2-1 Atlanta lead. Braves trying to sweep away Milwaukee. The Brewers in the 6th inning will have their 1-2-3 hitters coming up against Mike Foltynewicz.
And VR has been a First pitch swinger most of this series. He was his last time up. When he popped out, be careful on the first one.
First pitch swing, ground ball to second. And Jace Peterson's had a busy afternoon. He handles that one cleanly, 1 out. Here's Thames. By the way, we had a very exciting sausage race in between innings. On the home Sundays, the Brewers have the little kids dress up in the mini sausage outfits, and they have a relay race. Very controversial finish.
Pretty funny, actually.
A strike to Thames. They line up all the little kids right by the Brewers on deck circle. That's where they await the passing of the baton, as it were. The old cheating chorizo.
the little chorizo kid got a little help from one of the Latino pitchers who said, just go.
Yes.
Go.
The little kid was all the way to the end of the dugout, man. 1 ball, 1 strike. And chorizo did win today. For those of you who keep track of such things, I'm sure there's a statistician somewhere that wants to know who won. It was chorizo today. A near photo finish. And Thames way ahead in the count now. 3 balls and a strike. As we mentioned earlier in the series, this guy's not up there just trying to hit home runs. He will take a walk. He's been on base a lot. 18 walks, 3rd in the National League. It's back in the count, full to Thames with 1 out, bases empty.
2 walks in this series, and oddly enough, each one of those were his first at bat of a game. First 2 games of the series.
Sharply hit into right field by Thames, a 1-out single. And that'll bring up Ryan Braun. Braun was the first Milwaukee base runner in the 4th inning. Ground ball right down the 3rd base line. Donis Garcia fielded at the bag and threw wide of first, and Braun reached on the error.
That was that area we talked about scouting report wise. Don't pitch in between the knees and the waist. That's where he got that one. But it's a single and only his 2nd hit of the series.
Might be the right guy at the right time for Mike. Braun's hitting 3 double plays. And a little tapper to first. High hop. Freddie had to wait for gravity, and that's all Atlanta can get. The force play.
Mike hustling over to cover and had to get his leg out of the way because he was in a bad spot there. He was going to leave it there waiting for a throw.
That was a world famous yoga pose there by Mike. It's called the Thunderbolt.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That hurt just watching him do that.
Even your demonstration hurt.
Yeah. I think I pulled something. I have to go to the DL. Here's Perez. And off the plate, ball 1. Perez getting the start at 3rd base. Again, don't know how badly Travis Shaw is banged up. He got hit on the hand in this series. So he might be able to pinch hit, but not in the opening lineup today. No matter what happens to Milwaukee today, this has been a fabulously successful April for them. They've won 12 games. April has been the cruelest month for them the last couple of years. They were 5-17 in April 2015, 8-15 in April last year. Ground ball toward Dansby at short. Bobbles again, and all hands are safe. So the man that homered last time up, Domingo Santana, has got a chance to do major damage with 2 on and 2 out.
Looked like Dansby lifted his head up just a fraction too soon, getting ready to throw the ball to second base for the force out.
Dansby's 4th error. And here is Santana. He's hit 5 career homers on Sunday. And this one's rocketed toward the gap in right center field. That one is gone into the bullpen. That really hurts.
Tried a slider this time, but left it over the middle of the plate, so he hits it the other way. What a day he's having. 6'5", 230.
The Braves were a ground ball out from heading to the 7th with a 1-run lead. Now it's a 4-2 Milwaukee advantage. And Jet Bandy is coming up. A strike.
Braves have gone 8 games without an error. That moved into 5th place in the National League in fielding percentage.
This one's hit high in the air to right, but Nick's going to make the play shy of the track, and that'll retire the side. All of the damage coming with 2 outs. Santana's 2nd homer of the day puts Milwaukee in front. Braves, Hawks, and Atlanta United. It's been a great month with our 3 teams on Fox Sports South and Fox Sports Southeast. We thank you for joining in on all the fun. April in the ATL is brought to you by Cook's Pest Control. Changes for Milwaukee. Jesus Aguilar is going to take over at first base. Ryan Braun has left the game, so Eric Thames will move to left. And he played the outfield over in Korea. He's played outfield in the major leagues too. And Matt Garza, who's down 1-0 after 4 innings, now enjoys a 4-2 lead after Domingo Santana's 2nd home run on Sunday afternoon. Nick Markakis will lead off for Atlanta. Garza's been great.
Sorry, Chip. Braun looked like he took a long time to slow down after he got past first base on that ground out, that force out in the bottom half of the 6th. Bats going again. Get some guys on.
Sharply hit. That's rocketed off Garza. The ricochet to second. VR can't get it out of his glove. And Markakis is safe. Milwaukee might take a look at this, but let's see about Garza. He got smoked.
That was solid. Got the right foot. Brewers are going to challenge the play and the call at first.
Garza's still walking very gingerly behind the mound. He's not taking a warm-up toss. No sign of the Milwaukee trainer either. I think this one's going to be overturned.
Possibly.
So the verdict's in, and he's out. It's a 1-4-3 call. Garza's now retired, 17 of 18.
What a shame for Nick. That was, without question, going to be a base hit. He says he's okay.
So Kurt Suzuki's the batter. Braves catcher's 0 for 2. And one more point on Ryan Braun. In 2012, he played 154 games. In 2013, of course, he was suspended for 65 games. Braun has not played more than 140 games since. One ball, no strikes. 4-2 Milwaukee. Domingo Santana has had a big day. 2 homers and all 4 Milwaukee RBIs. Line towards second, and VR jumped, didn't have to, but he's there for the second out.
Kind of making fun of himself now to his teammates. Well struck ball again.
Chase Peterson's 0 for 2. This is the Matt Garza the Brewers hoped they would have seen a lot when they signed him to a big free agent contract. He's held the Braves to 2 runs on 4 hits. He's been economical, as you see, just 81 pitches. He's got a number on the bottom half of the lineup card. Suzuki, Peterson, Swanson, and Foltynewicz are 0 for 9.
Probably just loosening in case the pitcher's spot comes up.
Dansby would like a redeemer in the 7th. He's next. 3-1 the count. Now it's full.
Generous call there.
That's up the middle, and VR can't get it. Jace Peterson keeps up his good work at the plate. First hit for the bottom of the lineup card for Atlanta. And Dansby Swanson's coming up. He's 0 for 2.
Now, Jace had a nice run going of multi-hit games and only got one at bat last night, which kind of spoiled that. He comes through today. He's 1 for 3.
Let's see what Dansby can do. Try to keep the inning alive here. Pitcher spot is due next. I would think too this is where discipline really has to come into play. You know, Swanson's thinking about the error that kept the inning alive.
Yeah, and he's going to try to get it all back right here. Just get a good pitch to hit it hard somewhere.
Good eye, that missed. 2 balls, no strikes. Brandon Phillips grabbed a bat. He was about to make his way to the on-deck circle. Now he's back in the dugout. Yep, just had to get the thumb guard. Phillips loves hitting in this park, so let's hope he comes up here in the inning. There's a line drive into center. He will come up. Back-to-back 2-out hits for Atlanta. And the tying runs are aboard. Brandon Phillips represents the go-ahead run. And Atlanta trying to edge closer here, and they'll call on Brandon Phillips.
Down in the zone, right back through the zone. Let's see if Garza stays in to pitch to him. Phillips has real good numbers against him.
88 pitches for Garza. Beg your pardon.
364 career average. 6 walks.
So it is Brandon Phillips, 2 on, 2 out. Canal is up and throwing in the Brewers bullpen. Both Braves runs today have come with 2 outs. Let's see if Phillips can add another. And it looks like it's not going to be against Matt Garza, who made it through 7 innings 1 time last year. Got to 2 quick outs here in the 6th, but back-to-back hits are going to chase him from the game with a 4-2 lead. So Garza's second start a lot longer, and to this point a lot more successful than his first. He leaves with a lead, but the Braves are threatening in the 7th. It's still a 4-2 Milwaukee game.
Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. And by Delta Airlines.
Braves have a 7th inning threat, 2 on, 2 out. A couple of changes for the Brewers. Manny Pena takes over behind the plate. Double switch will have him batting 9th. And Corey Knebel is going to come on and face the Braves for the 2nd time in this series. He pitched on Friday.
Fastball, curveball. Fastball's in the upper 90s. 2/3 of an inning here Friday night. Retired both batters, and that was Freddie Freeman and Kemp. Struck out Kemp.
So Brandon Phillips, true to his word, he's ready to go as a pinch hitter this afternoon. Let's see if he can come up with a 2-out hit against Knebel. Good speed aboard for the Braves. Swanson at first, Peterson at second, and Phillips greeted with a high fastball. Brandon Phillips far and away has the most experience of any Brave in this ballpark. 353 career at bats and a .297 lifetime average here in Milwaukee. And he took a strike for an even count. Knebel's retired 9 of 12 first batters this year. 2 of the 4 inherited runners he has seen have scored. Way high. Ball 2.
2 outs. Runners can be moving. That's a real bonus for a guy with good speed like Dansby Swanson at first. In case he does split a gap or get a base hit to an area where the outfielders have really got to hustle over to cut it off. Might score 2.
Had a good cut and ripped it straight back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Braves have done a lot of damage on this Milwaukee bullpen. 12 runs in 7 innings in the series. Line drive, a base hit right field. Here comes the run around third. Peterson runs through the stop sign, throws up the line, and he's safe. Jace Peterson was not going to be denied. Ron Washington threw up a stop sign, and Peterson almost ran into him. But the Braves get a run on a pinch hit single from Brandon Phillips.
Yeah, he almost plowed over Ron Washington. And good hustle on Dansby's part to recognize he was going to go and continue on to third base. Great at bat by Phillips. He extends his hitting streak with a pinch hit and an RBI.
So 3 straight Atlanta hits make the score 4-3 in favor of Milwaukee. That run charged to Garza, and now Ender Inciarte will bat. All 3 Atlanta runs have come with 2 outs today. That's in for a strike.
Oh boy, look out. Almost a collision there.
What we don't know in this sequence is if Ender can split a gap, could Phillips score? Again, it's the groin that's so problematic for him. First, you got to make contact. Strike 1 for Braves center fielder. And he's down 0-2.
Got to still look fastball and adjust to the curve. They wanted a high target. You might remember Ender hit a double here the other night on a pitch that was up and out over the plate. Might have been last night. fifth inning.
Nothing in 2. First and third for the Braves. Down a run. The pitch popped up. Foul ground. Will it stay in play for Perez on the warning track? He's got it, and that's the inning. A pinch hit single for Brandon Phillips brings the Braves a run closer. We stretch down 4-3.
The ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I never get back, 'cause it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
We are singing and stretching here at Miller Park as the Braves trail the Brewers 4-3 as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. And I've been lucky enough to check out this beautiful ballpark this weekend. So I want to take you outside the park to the Milwaukee Braves Wall of Honor. It's a public display out there, permanently there. 16 members represented on that wall after Lou Burdett will be added in May. There's also a plaque for the 1907 world champs. Some other players honored out there you probably have heard of: Warren Spahn, Bob Uecker, Eddie Matthews, Hank Aaron, and Joe Torre. Now, the Braves were in Milwaukee from 1953 until the end of that 65 season when they left for Atlanta. But they might have been gone for decades, but they definitely are not forgotten here, Chip and Joe. A lot of things to honor the history and what they did for this city.
Yeah, man, that was really instrumental in that, too, was Johnny Logan, who was a great player with the old Milwaukee Braves. Miss seeing Johnny Logan around the ballpark when the Braves come to town here in Milwaukee. And they do indeed have a wonderful love affair with this franchise and all the teams that played here. Remember, the Milwaukee Brewers were originally an American League team. They realigned and joined the National League. And they've enjoyed a lot of success in the senior circuit as well as the American League as well here in Wisconsin. As Josh Colaner takes over for Atlanta. Atlanta down a run in the home 7th. And the lower third of the order coming up for the Brewers.
There's still a lot of Braves fans in Milwaukee who love coming to the ballpark when Atlanta's in town and still root for them.
Swing and a miss by Broxton. A ball and 2 strikes.
Colaner worked here a couple of nights ago. A perfect inning with 2 strikeouts.
Mike Foltynewicz on the short end of a tough luck decision to this point. 6 innings, 4 runs, only 1 of them earned. No walks, 6 strikeouts. There, and then a 3-run homer turned the game to Milwaukee's favor. The Braves came right back, got a run in the 7th, They've got a 4-3 affair on their hands in Game 3. He went around. Broxton strikes out for the second time today, 1 away.
Colaner was part of the solution to those 4-run deficits the other night. He was one of the guys that got us started to hold the Brewers without any runs while the offense was catching up.
Arcia 0 for 2 today, 3 for 10 in the series. Arcia will be 23 in August. He ended the year as the top prospect in the organization for Milwaukee. That is last year. It's the 8th best prospect in baseball, according to Baseball America. Played 55 games last year, hit .219.
That's why they traded Gene Segura. Had this guy waiting in the wings.
Popped up behind the plate. Suzuki couldn't find it. It's out of play. Might have had a play had he recognized it was right behind home plate. Bounced right on top of the advertising boards in front of the backstop.
Josh has so much confidence in his changeup and curveball. I'd be surprised if Arcia gets a fastball here, even 3-2.
Rifled toward the gap in left center field. That's going to be cut off by Ender. Arcia has to slam on the brakes as NCRT did a great job to hold him to a long single.
Got a fastball and didn't miss it. And this was going to be a double for sure until the Gold Glover got over there. What a play.
So Arcia at first. Manny Pena will bat for the first time. Remember the flip-flop batting order. The Brewers catcher was inserted into the 9th spot on the lineup card. In Arcia's early days in the minor leagues, he was quite the stolen base guy. That despite fracturing his ankle. That happened in April of 2012. Didn't play the entire season after extended spring training action. 2 years at A-ball. Played a full season at Double-A, and last year 100 games at Colorado Springs before coming up to the big leagues in August against San Diego.
He's a good-looking player. That's what earlier when he made that little flip throw that we'd seen several times during this series. I hate to see that from such a young player who's got a great arm.
Two balls and a strike. Popped him up. Dansby drifts out, and in shallow left is there, and there's the second out. Back to the top of the order. Jonathan VR is coming up. Friday, June 16th is Dansby the Flow Bobblehead Day, brought to you by SunTrust Bank. The first 20,000 fans through the gates will get the bobblehead doll, which depicts Dansby's inside the park home run slide from last year. Go to Braves.com/tickets and get your seats today. June 16th is a Friday night against the Marlins.
Is that one of those times where the team's allowed to come home in between 10-day road trips?
No, actually, we will be home from June 5th through June the 11th. We go to Washington for 3 days, come home, and actually have an off day at home before starting that series. Nice. That'd be nice. Ball one. The end of April can't come soon enough for the Braves with regards to the travel. Again, just 7 home games. Pretty evenly split in May. A lot of home games in June. Only 8 home games in July. And a very favorable home schedule in August and September at SunTrust Park. So we hope you'll make your summer plans to join us. Ground ball right side. Colaner ought to be out of the soup, and he is. Josh did a nice job. He holds him right there. Braves bats getting ready to go to work. Down 4-3. We send it back to Rebecca and Nick with today's big story.
Got a game here.
All right, Rebecca, thank you very much. Speaking of firepower for the Nationals, Anthony Rendon has 9 RBIs in the game today against New York. Here it's Adonis Garcia leading off. And Adonis takes high. Garcia is 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Knebel back out there to face Garcia, Freeman, and Kemp. That stayed high. 2 balls and a strike.
A lot of breaking balls to Adonis today. So far so good. He's 0 for 3. Looked for a curveball from Garza his last time up and hit a sharp ground ball to short.
All help would be appreciated, especially with Freddie Freeman waiting on deck. He gave the Braves a 2-1 lead with his 6th inning homer.
Leadoff walks down by 1 are always appreciated.
Didn't get the fastball at 96, and now it's a full count. What a cut.
He's on that one. Made some good pitches last inning with his curveball. Let's see if he can make another one after that good swing at his fastball.
Swing and a fly ball to center. But Broxton's there and he makes the catch for the first out. Finally got word on what's ailing Ryan Braun. He left with his left trap tightness. So an early departure for Braun for the second game in a row. Ejected last night. Muscle tightness today. Here's Freddie Freeman. Home run cut, came up empty, strike one. All the Braves runs today came with 2 outs, including this shot from Freddie.
Slider that hung out over the plate. Freddie, with a lot of topspin, dropped it right over the fence into that dining area.
And Freeman just got hit by a pitch on a 1-2 count. The Braves are happy for the help, but Freeman not happy about the bruise, I'm sure, as Matt Kemp's going to dig in.
Where did it hit him? I know it was biting in on him. Side of the leg. All right.
Well, the Braves gave the Brewers an extra out in the 6th. Let's see if Kemp can cash in the hit batsman. He's 1 for 3. An RBI hit put the Braves up 1-0 in the first, and he's buzzed.
That's going to bring the catcher, the pitching coach, probably a couple of ushers. What are you doing here, buddy? Derek Johnson is the pitching coach. He missed it last night. Into the Braves bullpen. Breaking ball down and in. That hooked right around the foul pole. And in the 8th inning, an amazing swing again into the Braves bullpen. A 3-homer night.
First time Matt's had one of those. First 3-homer game for the Braves since 2008 when Mark Teixeira did it against Seattle. 1 ball, no strikes. Good line fastball. Canal was originally a Detroit Tiger, first-round pick. He went to Texas for Joaquim Soria as the Tigers perpetually looking for relief help. Then Milwaukee got him in the Giovanni Gallardo deal. Generous strike there. Kemp not sure about it.
Wow.
Neither am I. 1-2.
Kind of a late call, too.
Canal was the closer at the University of Texas. Freeman at first. The 1-2 pitch. He's running. And Kemp late swing. Pena's throw is going to be right on the money. And a strike him out, throw him out, double play. Ends the Atlanta 8th. Canal out of trouble in the 8th inning. He protects a 1-run lead. It's 4-3 here in Milwaukee. Milwaukee has the lead. Eric Thames is going to lead off. Then Aguiar, then Perez for Milwaukee. Thames started the day at first base. He's moved to left field with Ryan Braun's departure, and he takes a strike from Colaner. Josh on for his second inning of relief.
Nifty changeup. Big, long arm action, and the ball just doesn't quite get to you.
And he threw it to him again, and Thames waved feebly and is retired for the second time on strikes today. Braves did a real good job on him in this series. Thames 2 for 11. Second strikeout for Josh. One away for Jesus Aguiar. This is one big man in the batter's box. 6'3", 250 pounds. Reminds me of Carlos Lee.
Yeah, he is solid. Santana's a big guy too.
One and two. Back to the screen. We'll do it again.
The thing about Josh Colaner that you gotta like is that he'll throw any of his pitches in any count.
Now the 2-2. Struck him out. Third strikeout for Colaner. Chipper Jones will be at SunTrust Park this Thursday, making his final stop on the Ball Player Book Tour. Come early in here and read a few pages, starting at 4:45 in the Plaza. And anyone with a ticket to see the Braves take on the Mets that night will be able to get their own copy of The Ball Player, signed by Chipper, at the Braves Clubhouse store in the Battery, Atlanta, starting at 6 p.m. Come out early tomorrow. You don't want to miss it. And if you haven't read the book, it is excellent. Congratulations to Carol Rogers Walton for her work with Chipper writing the book.
Pretty exciting news for Carol too. Congratulations to her family. Twins coming in October. Huh?
Twins are on the way to join Wade. So Carol and Gus, congratulations. What a wonderful bit of news today. Carol sleep now. The pitch popped up right side, headed for the stands. Freeman gives chase, can't get there. And Hernan Perez will face a 1-2 count.
Spoken like a father of twins.
Now, Carol, you can sleep in 16, 17 years. It's nothing. It goes by like that. Colaner ready. Here it comes. And that missed. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Man, oh man. He just will not deviate from the plan, and Colaner just struck out the side. Last chance for Atlanta in the ninth. It's 4-3.
By Sherwin-Williams.
While in Milwaukee, our crew joined Braves bench coach and Harley-Davidson enthusiast Terry Pendleton on a tour of the Harley-Davidson Museum. Hosted by Harley's Tim McCormick, TP took a trip, and it's one I highly recommend for anybody who heads to Milwaukee.
And he's right at home. Strong motorcycle enthusiast. That was Terry in his candy store right there.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to try it again with Neftali Feliz, try to finish the ball game. He has really had a rough time, including Friday night here when he gave up a double and a home run that helped the Braves on their way to their come from behind 10-8 win. He took the loss.
Well, a one-run lead is the most difficult save, especially so in this ballpark where the ball really jumps. Nick Markakis had a good swing at the first one, fouled it back, strike one for the Braves right fielder.
Yeah, never a good sign when your closer is 0-3 with a 6.52 ERA, even though he's got 5 saves.
Brewers bullpen, 8 relief losses this year. Braves have beaten them up with 12 runs in 2 games. They only need 1 to tie, 2 to take the lead today. Markakis had a first inning single. He'll take a 6-game hit streak into the series with the Mets starting tomorrow. He's also struck out. He ripped one that bounced off Matt Garza and turned into an out.
High 90s fastball, slider, change up. Former Braves prospect who, if you weren't with us Friday night, was traded to Texas in the Mark Teixeira deal.
Three balls and a strike. Markakis was ready to flip the bat and head to first.
That low strike that wasn't called early in the ball game has been called in the last couple. Looked like a good pitch. But he's got to do it again.
He couldn't. Lead off walk in a 1-run game. And now Kurt Suzuki is coming up. This may be a subtle thing. Braves haven't seen a lot of Neftali Feliz, who did start in their organization. The man in the third base coaching box probably knows all about it.
Oh, yeah.
Ron Washington was the Texas manager when Feliz saved 40 and 32 games in back-to-back years. So the tying runs aboard. Kurt Suzuki's had a handful of big hits on the trip. Let's see if he can come up with one here in the ninth. Ball 1.
Missing to the same spot. Maybe a reminder from Pena. A little alignment issue. A good fastball hitter at the plate.
Driven out of play, foul. As the lineup card moves toward the 9th spot, the Braves have already used Brandon Phillips off the bench. They have Lane Adams, Tyler Flowers, and Emilio Bonifacio that are still available. Phillips has a pinch hit RBI single already. 1 ball, 1 strike for Kurt. Pitch. Double play ball. There's 1. There's 2. Feliz needed that. And now Jace Peterson will try to keep it alive. He singled and scored back in the 7th. That was the 3rd and last Atlanta run scored today.
Start another rally. Get another guy on.
Well hit but foul to the left. Strike 1 for Jace. Missed outside for an even count. Jace has 7 hits in his last 16 at bats, and he's played everywhere. He's done real good work at the plate and with the glove. Can he come through and keep it alive? Pitch downstairs, 2-1.
The way the ball's jumped out to right field in this series, he throws him a hanging breaking ball. That's probably why he buried that one in on him. Try to avoid a mistake.
Two balls and a strike.
Ooh, off the shin guard.
And the count, I beg your pardon, is 3-1 for Jace, with Dansby Swanson waiting on deck.
Get a good pitch to hit here. If you get something to drive, jump on it.
Popped it up. Perez, Arcia, and it's the young shortstop who puts it away, and the Brewers hold off the Braves 4-3. Here's your final score. Milwaukee avoids a sweep, and Mike Foltynewicz, a real tough luck loss today. 3 unearned runs coming in the 6th inning that sealed Atlanta's fate. Braves finish up the road trip at 4-4. We'll recap this series in Milwaukee and get you set for the Braves and Mets when we come right back.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Atlanta Braves and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Atlanta Braves.